What's the darkest moment someone's lie broke your heart? The air felt heavy that night, thick with the scent of rosemary and sizzling steak, as we sat in Romano's, the candlelight flickering across my husband's face. It was our 5th anniversary, a milestone I'd poured my heart into planning, my new black dress hugging my curves, nails polished to perfection, hair swept up just the way he loved. I wanted this evening to stitch us closer, to cradle the tender memories of our first date. But something gnawed at me, a quiet unease that had been growing for months, ever since Kayla, his coworker, started weaving herself into the fabric of our lives. It began with late-night texts, her name glowing on his phone screen at 9 p.m., with urgent, work questions that could have waited until Monday. I swallowed my irritation, telling myself it was just their project team dynamic. But her messages grew longer, 3 sprawling paragraphs about client details that felt like excuses to keep him tethered to her. I'd lie awake, the blue light of his phone casting shadows on our bedroom ceiling, wondering why she needed him so much. Then she started appearing everywhere, like a ghost haunting our routines. Our favorite Italian restaurant, where we'd steal quiet date nights, she'd be at the bar, alone, her wine glass catching the light as she scrolled her phone with a theatrical frown. The farmer's market, where we'd wander hand in hand, she'd be there, asking vendors about obscure vegetables, her voice loud enough to pull eyes. The movie theater, 3 people behind us in line for the same showing, her fingers flying over her phone as if she hadn't noticed us. At first, I doubted myself. Our town wasn't that big, I reasoned. And maybe these were coincidences, but the pattern tightened like a knot. Tuesday mornings at the coffee shop, her order so complicated, it held up the line. Thursday evening, as at the grocery store, her cart nearly empty as she lingered in the aisles. Even our weekend hiking trail, 20 minutes out of town, where she stumbled in pristine REI boots, blisters blooming on her heels as she limped down paths we'd claimed as ours. I tracked every instance, my heart sinking with each one. When I pointed it out to my husband, his laugh was soft, dismissive, his eyes crinkling as he called it a small-town quirk. But I knew better. She was following us, maybe stalking his car or piecing together our lives from social media crumbs. My trust in the world felt like it was fraying at the edges. The breaking point came at Romano's, that sacred anniversary night. We were sharing stories, our laughter weaving through the clink of wine glasses, when Kayla appeared at our table like a storm cloud. Her eyes glistened with tears, mascara supposedly streaking, tissues clutched in her trembling hands. She said her grandmother had just passed, that she'd seen us and couldn't drive, her voice quivering with rehearsed grief. My husband, ever kind, slid over in the booth, and she sank beside him, her low-cut dress brushing his arm as she dabbed her eyes. But I saw through the performance. Her makeup was flawless, no smudges, no redness. I remembered her mentioning her grandmother's funeral last month, a detail she'd let slip when she missed work. Then she pulled out her phone, leaning into him to show a photo. But I saw the screen. A fake text conversation with grandma's doctor, timestamped 18 minutes ago, claiming a death that hadn't happened. It was all a lie, crafted to invade our moment. I leaned forward, my voice honey-sweet but sharp. Kayla, isn't this the same grandmother who died last month? The table froze, her face paling as the truth unraveled. She stammered about step-grandmothers, her story twisting into knots she couldn't untangle. My husband's face shifted from concern to betrayal, his jaw tightening as he pressed her for answers she couldn't give. She grabbed her purse and fled, leaving whispers in her wake. The restaurant's eyes on us like spotlights. Later, we found her $35 salmon and $28 wine flight tacked onto our bill, as if she'd planned to ruin us in every way. Security footage showed her waiting in her car across the street for over an hour, watching for us like a predator. That night, as we drove home in silence, the weight of her deception settled into my bones. I'd trusted my husband, but I'd also trusted the world to respect the life we'd built. Now, I wasn't so sure. Some betrayals don't just break your heart, they make you question everything you thought was real.